All right, and welcome my Life Map followers. Thank you very much for joining us today on my second episode with a very special guest to my heart, Sheikh Mohammed Athani. And today we're going to be talking about his element that he found on his journey and human leadership. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Mohammed.
Salam.
Alaikum salam. So I'm going to be going with Mo today, given that this is what your friends call you, and I consider myself to be one of your friends. And thank you very much for allowing me into this amazing circle of friendship. And I'm going to start off right away. And during your last interview, you had mentioned that on your climb, your first climb, you found what you called your element. Tell me about that element.
Just for the audience to know that, I'm a mountain climber.
Yeah. The approach, that's something I was supposed to do, but yeah, thank you very much.
I've been climbing mountains for over 10 years now. And before climbing mountains, I was always an adventurous human, and I'd love to push myself out of my comfort zones. But little did I know where the comfort zone is, because you really think that you're pushing your comfort zone until you figure out that you're not. Until I went on my first ever trek to Everest Base Camp in 2009. And during that trek, I was slapped by reality, figuring out that that we were very comfortable in our lives. We're very comfortable having a bed to sleep in, clean water to drink, food, education, entertainment, anything you think of, we have, and we take it for granted in front of us until it's stripped away from you, and then you know what you're actually made of. So when all of these things were stripped away going to Everest Base Camp, and back then you didn't have even phone signals, you had nothing, it's just us in the mountain. And there is where I found life. That's where I found my life map.
Thank you.
Or I figured out, or maybe better, I figured out that there's a life map, that the life map actually exists. So when I say my element is in the mountains, it's basically I'm in the element because I feel connected to the surroundings, whether it was the trees, the rocks, the air, the snow, whatever it is, you just get super connected, not because it's not here in our daily lives, but just because it's becoming shadowed with the noise on our everyday life. Just like when you go out to the desert and look at the stars, you can see so many stars, but when you're in the city, you can't see them. It's not that the stars don't exist, it's just there's so much light that you can't see the stars. And that's what happens in our daily lives, that we are so clouded by our daily lives that we don't see what we are made of, and we're not in our element. That's why I always enjoy going out of the big cities and the hustle and bustle, and just go be alone or with friends, or take a group, or whatever the reason is, but just to disconnect.
So you still do those climbs? You're constantly on the lookout for...
Yeah, I'm waiting
next
for you to join.
So, well, actually, to be honest, after I watched your documentaries, I was asking myself, am I too comfortable with my life? Because in one of the segments in the documentary, you actually ran for your life. There was a part where the whole group was running from, I think, a snowslide or something that happened, and I was like, whoa! Literally, it was, as you said, life.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. There was just life, and you were running for your life. And thank you for this introduction, but I want to bring that to our topic today. Sheikh Mohammed that went up to the mountain and now is known as Mo. What did he leave behind? What did he go up with? And what did he leave behind and come down with
It's just like traveling with 2 suitcases and then coming back with a backpack.
Oh wow. Wow, that's a very heavy baggage.
Yeah.
What? So give me a bit of more detail, if you don't mind, about those 2 bags that you left behind.
Let's say, look, there are a lot of things that the mountain teaches you. Okay, the first thing the mountain teaches you is letting go of your ego, because there's no space for egos in the mountain. Because if you have a huge ego, okay, the mountain has a bigger ego. Okay, it's gonna crush you, and you're gonna realize that, you know, be humble. Because you have to respect the mountain, you have to respect people in the mountain. I think that's one thing that you leave behind is if you have your ego. And there's many learnings that I also spoke about in my previous interview, but I'll repeat them again. And I do it in my life. So it's like 7 teachings of the mountains, but for me it's my 7 life lessons. Basically, I don't do anything without passion. Sorry, before passion there's a purpose. So for me, if you know your purpose, then that's why I skip to passion. But the first thing is find your purpose, okay? And after finding your purpose, do it with passion. Because if there's no heart in it, then why do it? And then you have to be persistent. You have to keep fighting again and again and again to make it happen. And you have to believe in what you do. If you don't believe in what you're doing, then why do it at all? And then there's acceptance or appreciation. You have to appreciate when you actually made it. And of course, being humble. Because if you're not humble about it, then, and it's usually setting up a company, or we're talking about leadership today, like when you're at the top, or being at the top is relative. But let's say if between quotations you made it, it's not you who made it. It's everyone who helped you reach there, whether they were working with you or helped you in a way. It's never a one-man show, you know. So yeah.
I love that, and given that you started off with leadership, so we've been through a lot in the past year and a half or 2 years, and I think we've all realized, or in some way, if we did enough reflection, we've all realized that, yeah, like the titles will not save you when things go wrong and things that you don't have control over, and like there's a lot more in life that you don't have control over, and nothing will save you but yourself. The more reflective you are, and the more humble you are. But let's come to you, and this was on the 23rd of March. I sent you a message on Instagram, introducing myself, introducing what I do, telling you I would love to meet up, have a conversation. And in all honesty, I did not see you responding back. It took you an hour and a half, and I found a response from you. Not with a message, as I sent you, but with a voice note telling me that you'd love to meet and sharing your number with me. And the reason why I sent you that message on that day was because I started to see how you're treating your people during those tough times. And allow me to start off with a surprise question. How many people did you decide to let go of with the reason of it's COVID?
0.
None?
0.
Tell me about that. Because I'm sorry, the numbers are off the chart for people who are told, listen, it's COVID, you gotta go. Why 0? Like you, I'm sorry, but you, at least like we're talking about Doha, you own and you work with 2 of the industries that were majorly hit due to COVID, which need people to be present. And
okay, let's take a step back. We had 2 lockdowns in my businesses, and I have to understand in Doha I have 2 businesses. two industries. One is in the fitness industry and one in the F&B industry, and both of them got affected severely with COVID, especially with closures of the first lockdown and the second one. Like, all my businesses closed. I did not let go of anyone. However, I give everyone options. Basically, you either have a win-win or lose-lose. Okay, and I was trying to strategize a way. How can I make the best of not losing my team, but at the same time not lose my business either? Because you could lose your business as well. Like, if you support everyone, then so I just had to be creative in finding resources. How can the staff support themselves, and how much I can support, and then I give everyone an option. If someone wants to leave, they can leave, but if someone wants to hold on, then there's an option.
Right. And how did that turn out when you placed the options in front of people?
The first time, disaster. I lost my whole team.
Wow. Are you fine to share that?
Yes.
Yes.
The first COVID, it was unexpected. No one knew what happened, how long it will take. I lost my whole team in let's say in the gym,
Right.
but not in the F&B sector. The F&B, actually, I didn't lose anyone. But in the gym I did. Unfortunately, it's not because they did not find opportunity, but they found opportunity outside. What happened was gyms closed for 3 months?
Almost, yes.
Yeah, 3 months, and they had to make a living. So most trainers found clients outside, went to people's homes, and in Doha, many people have their home gyms, and they started training there. And then when the gyms opened back again, they were happy to continue working in
their home.
to PT at externally, and that's what happened to the gym. However, in the restaurant, it was actually the restaurant just opened. Like, we closed down the first time 2 months after we opened.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we opened 2 months, we had to close again, and then open with huge restrictions at the beginning, and then easing back to now.
Allow me to maybe dig a bit deeper. How did that make you feel as a leader who placed options for people to either stick around or to leave? So how did it feel in both cases? In the cases where people did stick around, and in the cases where people chose not to?
From where I'm sitting is, I just want to make sure that everyone has a roof over their head and can eat. Who can. There's a lot of people that depend on the business, and I feel responsible on their livelihood, especially if they're we live. It's an option for them. Some people have different. Each one has different backgrounds, circumstances. Some people can go back to something. So each one has to evaluate their own choices. But for myself, I had to make sure that everyone has a fair chance, especially in the first lockdown. But then the second one, we were more prepared. So in the second one, I did not lose any trainer. It's the opposite. I had more, and many joined because of how we started. And I gave everyone options. So all trainers had different options, and because I had time to think about it. And that actually was the exact same time when you contacted me.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It took me 1 day, and I already had the plans in place. It just needs to be implemented. And I gave them 3 options. Do you want to do your own thing and come back later? You have that option. If you want to use, I gave them actually 3 options. I don't want to give all my secrets out.
Yes, absolutely. I totally respect it. Yeah. and it's I actually have a surprise for you that I will share for you in a while, and you have the freedom to let me know if I can share that in my video or not. But I will share it with you in confidence at the beginning. But from a leader perspective, how do you see yourself differentiating in terms of not disconnecting your human side, because you spoke about a win-win or a lose-lose. You didn't talk about a win-lose. So you were not in it for you to win and for the rest to lose, even though you have the absolute right, because it's a business. And you said you have a purpose behind it, you have a passion to drive it. But what is the differentiation today where we see people using COVID as an excuse to basically bring people's lives down in a day and a night, versus someone that sat down and strategized and thought, what do you think differentiates people?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
So what differentiates someone who decided, like yourself, to sit down and strategize, to think, what can I do to get to a win-win? And someone who chose to, hey, listen, I'm going to let you go at this point because you're not serving me, and maybe choose to hire someone with less pay, or choose an easier option where there is a win-lose, versus yourself, who sat down and thought, what are my options to win-win, and what are my options to lose-lose?
Yeah, but like for me, it was an easy decision because I work hard on my team. It's like my team is my family, and do you let go of family when things go hard?
No.
I don't. And for me, for when I'm sitting, is I make sure that everyone is on the same boat. You know, look, let's talk about altitude.
Yes.
It's a family, and it's a crazy family.
Yes.
Okay.
I love to.
Yeah, it's a crazy family. And how does it work? I don't know. but I have amazing personalities. Each and every one of the trainers there is unique in terms of their personality, and it works together. It works very well. So of course, just like in the family, you'll have the funny one, and then you'll have the strong one, and then you'll have it's just the same thing. And everyone's different, but it's a family at the end.
Yeah.
And families usually are together because they have core values. You know, what brings a family together? Their values, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And it stems from where? From the head of the family, whoever it is.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with altitude. It's a family, and we all share the same passion. You know, we all want to change lives, and everyone in altitude is there to change people's lives. And for me to let go of someone just because it became harder, that means I need to work double later to get someone as good, and also back to train them again. You know. And it usually takes a long time for a trainer to actually get established, and for people to know, and people to get their client base and etc. So for me, like letting go of my team was not an option. But you just need to find a way to make it work, and you just need to take a step back and work and think about it. And if today someone doesn't have any contingency plan, if there's another lockdown, they're not doing their job, because every leader, let's say, or business leader or business owner, have to take measures. What do we do if we have another lockdown? God forbid. I'm not saying that it will be, but
what if?
But like a few years ago, like 2 years ago, we would never ever could imagine something like this happening.
Absolutely.
But we thought of other things, right? What happens if, like,
Depression happens in the market.
not only depression, but whatever. Like, if you're in the U.S., for example, somewhere that's really cold, you'll know if it snows a lot, you'll take a day off.
Yeah.
If this happens, then you'll do this. But how can you calculate a lockdown or a pandemic? You know, not in our lifetime. So now, like, if it happens again, we just have to put the measures back up. It's done. Everyone knows what they're doing. Like, you know, like, for example, in altitude, if it happens again, they know, okay, this is what we'll do. And at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat, you know?
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you spoke about the values, because, again, like today, the message I think that we're trying to bring, and at no point we're here trying to tell people what to do, how to do things, but I'm here to learn from you, Mo, and I'm here to try and understand what does it take for someone to take that stand of thinking of a win-win rather than a win-lose. And values play a big role. And unfortunately, most of the time, what values are, they're just words on the wall, or just words in books and handbooks. But it's more than that. It's, as you said, it's your drive. It's your compass towards driving your passion in the right direction. And when there is misalignment, that's where things go wrong, right? And how critical it is for you that people understand the values that drive you and your businesses today.
What do you mean by people?
People who work with you. How critical is it for them to understand
my vision?
Yes.
Actually, it's the other way around. Like everyone who works on my team are exactly aligned with my vision in a certain way. Like every trainer at either Sweat or Altitude is there to change people's lives. Their number one drive is seeing people change. Okay, and that is exactly my purpose in life, which is inspiring others to reach their dreams. So, for example, in the restaurants, yeah, I think you know better. It's like your home place.
Yes,
you know?
It is my office.
If you're having a bad day, just go there, right?
Yes.
It's full of high energy, and it's chosen. It's not by chance. It's not by chance everyone there is high energy. It's not by chance everyone there is friendly and approachable, and it's everyone is handpicked, and I think that's the core way of doing business.
Tell me about, if you're okay to give that one up, tell me about the handpicked. There are recruitment drives, there are mass recruitments, there are massive turnovers that we see because people just discover suddenly that this is not the fit. However, as you said, me using Twisted Olive as my workspace, my rest space, my chill space, my brainstorming space. It's literally my first, even not my second. It's
You
my
even have
first
your
office.
you have your mug.
I have my mug over there. My life map mug is right over there. Like how I'm not able to put this in words, but how do you arrive to that? No, that takes too much work. Like it's like there are 1,000 restaurants, but there is a reason why when we enter into that place, we find the energy, we find people love it. Like your staff, they love it. Like they
That's what
work
I'm
from
saying.
their heart.
What I'm saying is, if it's not a job for them, if you ask any of them, they really enjoy what they do. Okay, they really, like Zoe, for example, she really
Oh my God, yes.
enjoys spreading happiness wherever she goes. So it's her purpose in life. And if you align yourself knowing that your team is exactly on the same page as you, and that's where the trick is.
And
But how do I do it? I can't say.
That's the thing. That's where I was trying to go, but you caught me there. Okay, so I'm not going to go into it. But let me then maybe touch base on something that's very close to my heart, which is the emotional connection, and how we try to separate. Unfortunately, again, in our community, emotions are viewed as a weakness. How do you view emotions in what you do on a day-to-day basis, given that you say you drive from a place of purpose and passion? Do emotions to you act as a weakness or as a strength?
I think it depends on the emotion. Some of them are my weaknesses, and some of them are my strengths. And acknowledging and knowing which is which is very important.
Yeah.
And I think knowing that actually how to know what you're feeling, I think is the most important thing from just some of our talks between me and you.
Absolutely.
Recognizing your emotion is the first thing, because many times we will be feeling an emotion, but we're thinking we're feeling something else when it's actually something else.
Absolutely.
So realizing is very important, and what to do with it, that's a different
ball game. That's a different ball game. So you believe that emotions do drive our behaviors and they play a big role in our success, or?
For sure.
Okay, love that. Hear that, people? Okay, so if I'm going to ask you today, Mo, and from your trips and from your different interactions with the people, and given everything that you do is about changing people's lives.
Yeah.
If there is one message that I would ask you today, that you would send to business owners in Qatar. And I'm going to just keep this towards Qatar for now. And the youth. Given that I work with a lot of graduates, fresh graduates from universities, my heart and soul is in national development because I believe there's too much capability in the country. But let's start with the leaders, business leaders today. If there's one message you would want to send out to them,
Is it one message for everyone? Okay.
drive it as you like.
Okay.
You wanna drive it in different directions
No,
or
no,
more than
one's
one.
fine.
Go ahead.
Okay. Always in life, we get chances. And my message is very simple. And when you have the shot, take the shot. And when you do make the shot, let others take the shot.
Wow. I love that. Thank you. Okay. And now to the youth.
The same message, man, for everyone.
Same message.
Always, when you have the shot, take the shot. So I want to ask you a question.
Yes. Ooh.
We'll
That's
see.
the first. Okay.
I'll see if you take the shot or not.
Go ahead.
I was thinking of going to a Kilimanjaro trip for so long. And everyone's been pushing me to do this trip. I'll do it if you take the shot
And come with you.
and come. February.
Coming February.
Yeah,
So I got 2 months to prep.
2 months. Climb Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
You take the shot?
I'll take the shot. I'll shake on it. Done. Oh my god, I did not know this was coming. Okay. Mom, I love you.
Joe, you're sweating.
I am actually sweating because I did not see this one coming. I did not see it coming. In all honesty, look, here's the thing. I would lie if I say it did not cross my mind. And as a lot of things since the day we met, Mo, and I wanted to bring this out. Like the first day we met, and when we finished our sit down, and you were writing things down, you were taking notes, and you looked at me and you were like, "How can I help?" Without me asking, without me requesting anything. You made me pause for a second, not because I was thinking of how you can help, because for me, those 4 words deserved a bit of reflection because they meant a lot. And my answer to you, you already are, by giving me your time, by giving me your presence. And since then, you haven't, every time I request for those, you have not refused by any means to give me neither your time, and proof is here you are with me today. Giving me your time, giving me your presence and your experience. And throughout the journey, what you've been doing is you've been dropping bombs, and when you just said, "Take the shot now," I felt you were talking right to my soul. Okay? And for that, I wanted to thank you, because it means the world to me, honestly. Like those 4 words were like, oh my God, someone is actually asking how can they help. Because sometimes people think, oh, it's cheesy or it's weird, or if they need help, they will ask. But not everyone realizes it's fine to ask for help. And you've given me that platform, you've given me that presence, and for that, I thank you. And I'm going to close off. I actually wanted to ask you if there is one message to my life map today, a message for my life map to grow, and a message for my life map to continue doing, what would those 2 messages be?
Well, in the last few months that we've been working together, I've seen my life map grow so much. If I have a message for my life map, is to continue inspiring and believing in people and helping people reach their potential the way you are doing. And I really hope you find the support needed everywhere you go.
If there is one thing that you would want me to do better, what would that be?
One thing you'll do better.
One thing you want me to do better or to do differently, what would that be?
Oh, the Versa climber, man, you suck.
I do.
Man, you got like the lowest mark I've ever seen.
I did, right? Oh my god, that was the worst one. Like 1,900. I felt so weird. I was like, I'm covering the screen. I don't want anyone to see it. Okay, but that needs to improve though for Kilimanjaro, doesn't it?
Yes, you have to.
Okay. I will. Because honestly, like, here's the thing. Like, the growth is not just within my work, but I think growing my health, growing, and like for the past like few months, I've been through a lot. And you know, but here I am today, hosting you. It's my pleasure to have you here today. But I need you to know that this is very important for me, for you to realize that I'm here today because you played a big role. You were the first switch with your 4 words of how can I help, believing in me, allow me to run an event for your team at Altitude, which was one of the best events I've ever done in my life, because you said they're crazy in their own way. But that was the start for me.
Thank you for that. But I don't think I should take the credit for that, because the spark was always inside of you. All what I did was just a small light.
That was it. That was it. So before we close, for the past couple of days I've been running after some of your team members. And I collected some messages that they would love to send you. So whoever was able to send it in time, they did. And the rest would love to, but I told them maybe at another opportunity. But I would love you to maybe watch what messages they have for you. And then we'll see if you would like to incorporate this in the podcast.
Hi Sheikh, hi, how are you? I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for having a part of the family, Twisted Olive, and you're the best. Thank you so much.
Sheikh, the journey has been amazing. It's been good to learn from you as an entrepreneur, and all I can say to you is that keep soaring, keep going, don't stop. The grind is on, and all the best. And I hope to do a lot and to learn a lot from you.
Thank you very much.
Mo, I've just been asked to share a few words about how I've inspired you to become the leader you are today. Just joking. But for real, you are an inspiration, and it shows in the way your team bring the amount of passion they do to each one of your projects. You can really feel it in the team. Every team feels like a family, and it's all because of the mentality and the passion that you bring to your projects and the way you treat people as human beings. And it's been a real pleasure to learn this from you, and it's made me push myself to become a better person, and I hope to learn a lot more from you in the future. So yeah, all the best. Peace, man.
Mo, I want to take this opportunity right now to say a massive thank you for inviting me here to Doha, this beautiful city, this beautiful country, to work with you, alongside you, in building an amazing business, an amazing brand, to learn from somebody who's always elevating themselves to be better than they were yesterday, to elevate those around them. I'm grateful.
Hey Mo, thank you so much for being the absolute best boss anyone could ask for. We are so grateful to have the opportunities that you've given us, both at Altitude and at Sweat. It's always an incredible vibe. It's always so amazing to talk to you and get your feedback, and it's just such a blessing to be able to work with someone with such passion, with such purpose, and with such an amazing vision. You inspire us, you're an awesome role model, and thank you again for being you.
I'm so grateful that the universe crossed our paths, and ever since then, it's an honor knowing you. You are a true inspiration to so many people around you, including myself. You lead by example, and you radiate that amazing energy that you have, that amazing good energy that you have to everyone around you, and you put a smile on everyone's face. The most important thing is that you dream big, and the amazing part is that you take others with you. You share your dreams with others, and that's so rare to find. You are an amazing human, you are an amazing soul, and it's a true honor to know you, and keep inspiring and making your dreams come true.
Okay, I will tell him. Yeah, you're taking video now.
I actually started
Okay.
today.
I want to tell him.
Yes.
No, I will tell him.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to my life and help me, advise me, teach me things, and sharing everything with me. You are not a boss, and you know that. You are a friend. You are somebody. Somebody said, people are coming for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. You are for a lifetime. Even if I get older, even I'm not here, you're always here.
Wow. I know. I thought I wanted to. This was amazing. She.
So that your payback is straight away.
إيه ما في.
I made you take the shot
You
and you
take
give
me
me
to
this video.
Kilimanjaro, I take you there.
You took me to space.
I thought this was worth sharing, Mo, to be honest. And I need to tell you this. Many of them wanted to send me the words, but some of them couldn't because my mistake. It was last minute. But I honestly thought, like,
The ones who didn't, they can actually still send, by the way.
I will.
I'm still accepting.
But we still have a lot. We have a lot. And this is not the last podcast with you,
Thank
Mo.
you, man.
There is more to come.
Really, really thank you.
But I
thank
think
you all who sent the videos.
I think you deserve to know this because I don't think in the midst of our cycle every day we get the chance to maybe pause and listen to what we have done in terms of the actions and the emotions that people feel. But there you go. All right, so I think this brings us to the closure of our podcast for this month and for today with Mo. I mean, I could go forever, but I know you're in need of your time for today. But inshallah, there will be more sessions to come with Mo, and I want to thank you a lot for today. This was an amazing start for my leadership podcast. It was the best start I could ever ask for.
We'll see you on the Versa Climber.
Inshallah. Khalas, done. Deal. Done deal. Thank you very much.
Before it's too late, we need to make a change. For the truth is, we reap what we sow.